And we are live. Hello everybody. How was everybody's week last week? Was it good? I hope it was good. Today we're going to be streaming from 5:30 until 7:30. I have another rare night without the wee one, so I thought I'd stream for a couple of hours for you guys. We're going to be continuing on with our Nighthaunt stuff. So that's finishing off this chest. Maybe starting one of these other two pieces. I don't know. We'll have to see what we have time for in the 2 hours. We'll have to see how long it takes me to finish off the chest. The chest might take me longer than I think. We'll find out. But anyway, regardless, we're going to be finishing this chest today. Got some goody boys to paint. And then some brass and gold to finish off now that I've painted the inside of the chest. I just need to grab the colour for that one actually. There we go. That was Warplock Bronze, so that's what I'm going to be using first. So, hope everybody's had a lovely week. I hope everybody has got something for their mums or loved ones or maternal figures, partners, whatever, for Mother's Day if they live in the UK for Sunday. Because as of Sunday it is Mother's Day. So that is kind of your warning if you've forgotten about it or you haven't already bought something. If you're free tomorrow, I advise you go out and grab something just to make sure that the maternal figures in your life are happy. I switched to a different playlist today because I was getting a little bit bored of the other one. I just wanted something a little bit different, but obviously it was still copyright free. So, if it sounds a little bit different to our usual style, that is why. I went into our local Warhammer store on Saturday and I've picked up a bunch of stuff for our Middle-earth stuff, our Middle-earth series. So speaking of which, I haven't even opened this packet yet. Maybe I should do that whilst we're here. Open this packet and see what we have inside. Sorry if you hear rustling for a second. I just kind of picked it up and I didn't actually look. You guys can get like a sneak peek of what we bought. First things first, so the way this works is myself and Mr. Nerd have one good campaign and one evil campaign. My good campaign is Rohan, my evil campaign is Mordor. So for Mordor, for my main hero, I have the Mouth of Sauron, which is a metal figure, so that's quite fun. I do actually enjoy picking the metal figures, it's very nostalgic. So first things first, we have the Mouth of Sauron. Next, we have, actually these two are not Middle-earth. We're going to keep those two separate because they're actually a surprise with something else. Next, we have some Knights of Dol Amroth. Obviously, you can't see them in the box, but we've got some Knights of Dol Amroth, which, in case you haven't figured out, Mr. Nerd's good campaign is Dol Amroth with Prince Imrahil, because that is his favourite character aside from Glorfindel. And then for me, we have some Morgul Knights to go alongside my Mouth of Sauron. So I still need to work out points for my Middle-earth, for my evil campaign. So I'm not entirely sure how many of each of those I can use, and if there is still points left over, how many I can then add to it. Each campaign is like 250 points, by the way. So each warband is equivalent to 250 points, and depending on what type of hero you have, depends on how many figures you can have. So, for example, I have King Theoden. Pardon me. For my good campaign, and he can have 12. Yeah, 12 warriors or 12 soldiers. But someone else might only be able to have 10 or something like that. So it changes depending on what type of hero you've got. But in the coming weeks, we will have some more Lord of the Rings content. So I'll be painting some more Lord of the Rings stuff for you guys as well. So if that's your cup of tea, then you'll have videos of that to watch. Even though I'm child-free, I'm not cat-free. So already today, I've had to go around with my catnip spray and preemptively spray parts of like certain toys and parts of my house with catnip in an attempt to kind of distract my cats. Because the minute I sat at this table to start painting for you guys, they wanted to be in my business. They wanted to be all over me and all over the table, typical fashion. So I had to counter that with some catnip spray. Hopefully it keeps them away long enough that I can stream for the full 2 hours like I plan. Anybody who is familiar with my cat-related streams, they're not intentionally cat-related streams, but unfortunately the cat gets mentioned quite a bit. We have a ginger cat called Sid, and he's very fond of demanding attention in unique ways. So he will stand in my paints, he'll knock my water over, he will chew on my wires and disconnect the camera. So he's fond of doing lots of little things that are really not helpful for the stream. So all in the bid to get my attention, and it works every time. But in typical fashion, as soon as I kind of hit stop and say, right, that's it, I'll give you the attention you're so desperately craving, he doesn't mock me anymore. He just buggers off, and he's like, no, I'm done now, thank you. I got what I wanted. Just wanted you to stop streaming. Which is very cat typical behaviour in my opinion. So I've preemptively fed them and also given them catnip before the stream in the hopes that it will stop him from jumping all over everything. But we shall have to wait and see. Might help, it might not. I have been without the child since like 12 o'clock today. So I've had quite a productive day. We had to go and get a piece fixed for Mr. Nerd's computer, which hopefully means in theory, once that everything's fixed, because we still need to make sure it's the actual fault, hopefully it means he'll be able to stream again. So if anybody's interested in his like in his streaming content, his gaming content, and him missing that, hopefully in the next few weeks that'll be back, because hopefully this piece that was broken is now resolved, and it means he can get back to his usual content of streaming again. I'm not too worried about painting over the brown like I am here. Like I'm doing this a bit messily, but the brown needs another coat anyway because it's a little bit patchy. So I'm just painting over it quite haphazardly in some places, because I'd rather just make sure that the bronze colour is covered than risk it being uneven. But how is everybody? How has their day been? Have they had a good weekend? Or have they got any plans for the weekend? Sorry, not a good weekend. It's only Friday. What am I talking about? They had a good week. Thank goodness it's Friday, huh? I can't really relate to that right now because, as I said, I am on maternity leave. But I do remember that Good Friday feeling and how amazing it felt when you were done with work for the week. So, but then equally, if you were like me and you used to work weekends, then I sympathise. Because working weekend jobs when everyone else was working their 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, was not easy. Again, the reason why we're doing some Nighthaunt is one, not only because I actually have Nighthaunt stuff, but two, because my next commission piece is a Nighthaunt piece for a member of our community called Signed with Blood. She's requested a Nighthaunt figure in a specific style. And I thought, I haven't painted any Nighthaunt for a while. I haven't actually painted any Age of Sigmar for a while. I've done a lot of 40k and 30k. So, in order to get some practice in, / some inspiration, I thought I'd get back in and do some Nighthaunt. So I do the spells before I get back to my regular streaming content. Once I get back into regular streams as of Wednesday coming, I'll be finishing off 30k Lion. And then once he is done, I'll be moving on to our next commission piece, which is Nighthaunt. A Nighthaunt Chain Rasp. That's what I'll be painting next for the commission piece. So I've got that to look forward to. You guys have got that to look forward to in the coming weeks as well. For these skulls, because I kind of wanted to do like a greeny, bluish colour for this. Normally whenever I do anything Nighthaunt, I immediately go for Tesseract Glow, but I don't want to use that this time. I want to use something slightly different. So my plan is to layer up my blues and my greens. So I'm going to go in with this really, really pale Gorse Blaster green. And then over the top of that, I'm going to go with the contrast paint Briar Queen Chill, because I think it could look quite interesting. That's going to go over the skulls. So I'm just giving the brass a second to dry, and then I'll be going in with those. The other option was going to be that I went in with something like Blue Horror, but again, it would just be a bit too blue tone. I want it to be greenish blue. I don't want it to just be blue. Might as well decant some of this colour whilst we wait for that to dry, because it won't take me very long. And then once all the brass is dry, I'll go back in and do another layer of brown, which will be the shade, I think it's Dried Bark I used before. It's been a week, so I don't recall, but regardless, Dried Bark is a nice dark green, so it will dark brown, so it will cover that up anyway. I haven't actually used this paint yet, so I just cracked open a brand new paint pot, which is always satisfying. It's like a really pale, like mint choc chip kind of green, which is actually a really nice colour. But yes, once Mr. Nerd is home as of Tuesday, we can get back into a more regular stream of painting every day or every other day, or it completely depends on our schedules, of course. But I want to paint as frequently or as often as I can. The only time, I'm hoping that once Mr. Nerd's computer is fixed up, it will be a case of some nights I will stream and some nights he will stream. So you guys can watch painting content one night and then gaming content another, maybe. If that would be the ideal plan. Because then, because obviously the way our setup is laid out, our computers and our desks are in one room and then I'm in the other, but it's a big open space. There's no door separating it, so we couldn't stream at the same time. So it'd be one or the other. So if for whatever reason I wasn't streaming, the plan would be for him to stream. So you guys could watch some gaming content whilst on the nights that I'm not streaming for whatever reason. And obviously because we also have a young child, we have a baby. It's also more convenient that if one person streams, the other person doesn't, because then we can keep an eye on the wee one, just whilst he is still getting into a routine of not really having a routine. It's definitely a few layers of this light minty colour. And I think I'm actually going to stop and I'm going to use some filler, just because those gaps are quite large. Only problem is I don't know how long this stuff takes to cure, because I'm used to using green stuff. And green stuff doesn't take very long to cure, and I could do something else in the meantime. Let me just have a feel of this one actually. Is this one okay? No, I will have to use the plastic putty. In worst case scenario, I just move on to paint one of the other things whilst this dries tonight, and I move back onto it another time. But I just want these gaps to be filled in, because they're going to get on my nerves a little bit. I haven't actually used this yet. It's a brand new thing for me. I've never actually used plastic putty. Let's go ahead and poke a hole in the top. That'll probably help. Tweezers, that'll do. Yeah, I've never actually used this stuff before. I only normally use green stuff. So to use a different medium for me is new. But you can just see, because this is one of the newer push to fit models. So as a result, it has larger gaps that obviously don't normally exist. Like they do if you're using another form. Way too much came out then though. So I'm just spreading it out with my finger over the cracks in hopes of kind of filling them in a little bit, and obviously trying to take the rest off of the rest of the face, just to kind of prevent it from being too messy. In fact, I will leave that. I will do that off camera. I will do one of the other pieces, and I will plastic fill that off camera, because it's not the most exciting thing for you guys to watch. I had a lid for this somewhere, it's already gone missing. Great start. Right, I'll pop that to one side. I'll find the lid in a moment. The cat has just arrived, the one that I told you guys I did not want to be involved in this. We'll move on to this. This has still got some lines in it, but they're a bit less obvious, so this one I'm fine doing without filling it for now. I will be still going in with that same green colour. There's the lid. It's definitely like a 2 or 3 coats kind of thing to get this green the full colour that I want. I took myself on a little solo date today, because like I said, I was baby free. My Mr. Nerd is away, so I took myself out when I was in between, whilst I was waiting for the computer parts being fixed. And I went and got myself a nice chocolate brownie and a hot drink, and sat myself in a cafe in silence. Silence is not something I get nowadays, so I was quite grateful for it. I know the streaming schedule's been a little bit all over the place, especially since Mr. Nerd has been away. Normally I wouldn't stream at all, but I've been really grateful to take some help from my in-laws, who have taken the wee one a couple times during this 2-week wait window, when normally I would just be sharing photos of stuff that I've done for you guys in the Discord. So the Discord's link down below, by the way, if anyone wants to join the Discord. And if they're watching but haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We do have a lot of fun over here. Normally we have like super interactive streams, but I am streaming a lot earlier than I normally am, and I respect that a bunch of people are still at work. So there is also that, but normally we have like really interactive fun streams where we talk about everything Warhammer content and everyday life stuff. So if that's your cup of tea and you want to be a part of that community, then please subscribe to the channel and join the Discord, because we do have a lot of fun here. But we're also just a very chilled community where we like to do this. This is what we do. But we're creating, our whole point of this is to create like a family unit rather than an actual genuine community, not just a channel. So if that's kind of the vibe you like, then you will like it here. Now for the skulls on this one, I will be going in with a blue, and for that I'll be using Temple Guard blue. I used this the other day, and normally I would use Lothern blue. I do have that. I just thought, I saw this one, I thought, I don't think I've used that one yet, and decided to give it a go. So I'm going to be painting the skulls on this in this blue, and then I'll be going in with a darker contrast on this one, or even a shade paint. I think before we even move on to that, we should paint the actual hourglass, the metal part. And for that, we're going to use the exact same bronze we used before, which is warp block bronze. Myself and Mr. Nerd are actually going to be going away for a weekend at the end of this month. So there will be a few days at the very end of this month, a long weekend period where we will not be streaming. We'll be sharing photos and stuff in the Discord. But we are going away to the seaside for a few days, which will be very, very nice. Just decanting some more warp block bronze. In our last stream, we were talking about how our local store is doing a competition where you rolled a dice. You had 2 dice to roll from. You could pick a category, either 40k or Age of Sigmar. I picked 40k. And you then had a dice, which obviously was numbered 1 to 6. And whatever number that was, you then had to pick a character from that category. So we rolled the first dice. I picked 8, like I said, I picked 40k, rolled the first dice, and we got Chaos. You roll a second dice and it gives you some colours, and for that we had 3 colours that came up. So we had Macragge blue, Methystone red, and Ural yellow, which as far as colours go, we're actually very, very lucky, because I went in the other day when I went to pick up our Middle Earth stuff, and I discovered we can't use contrast paints, but we can mix these, and since these are primary colours, I think I've got myself a winner there, guys. We can, in fact, mix colours. We can use whatever shade paint you like. You can use whatever technical paint you like. You just can't use contrasts. But you can mix. So that is good to know. But saying that, even though I can mix, I will also still be using those 3 colours on their own, because I don't really use those colours. Not on their own anyway, not together. But I will be mixing some of them to make some bluey, purpley tones. And of course some greens, since I have some yellow and blue to mix. But that'll be a challenge that is due to go live next month. Like, we have to have that done by the 18th of April. So in the coming weeks, I'll be painting that on here. I'll probably paint it next week, to be honest. But the key, they've said, is to try and paint it in a way you wouldn't normally paint. So I need to kind of look at my pieces and go, what would I not normally do? So I've done like super vibrant pieces, some really dark pieces. I wouldn't just normally I just wouldn't do chaos. So painting a chaos figure for me is already just different. But since it is chaos, I think I'll be doing some fun lava effects. And for that, by the way, the characters I chose are the... Of course, I'm going for Chaos Space Marines. I'm going for the Possessed, just because I think they look really cool. I think I'll do a lava base for those, because I think it would look quite good. So I think I'll have a play with some lava. And since I have some yellow and I have some red, I can make some pretty cool lava effects. I can make orange. I can make, obviously I've got my red and I've got my yellow, so I can still make lava. Because in addition to those, you can also use white and you can use black and lead culture. So those are the other colours that you can use. So it actually works perfectly for me, because I can use the white for the hotspots for the lava. And like I said, you can use whatever technical paint you like. So I will then go in with Modern Earth and do some lava base. So that'll be quite fun. So that will be probably next week, because tomorrow we'll be coming out with the mini of the month. Took me an extra week to get that one out, just because I wasn't happy with the face on the figure. I'd rather put out something that I like the look of. Then just go, that'll do. Now, don't get me wrong, the face isn't perfect, but my faces on my Warhammer figures don't tend to be perfect anyway. They tend to be a bit weird looking, so I'll take what I've got. This hourglass is quite fun. This itself is quite a unique combination for me. Like, I don't normally use bronze, I don't normally use blues and greens. So this is quite a unique difference for me. It's officially got the 6 p.m, so I imagine Mr. Nerd will join us at some point in the next half hour or so, maybe, if he's not too tired. He is working very, very hard. So I also completely understand if he went to, whether he left work and completely decided to go back to sleep or go to sleep. So I would not blame him for that either. Just decanting some more warp block. I need to go through all my brushes and like give them a really deep clean, like a good soak. Like I have a combination of like hot water, but I also have some isopropyl alcohol. So I think I might go through and just clean some of like the really dead ones or the really dead looking ones in that. Because one, if they're already dead, there's not much saving them anyway. And if I kill them even worse, they're gonna go in the bin soon. So it just means they're going in the bin slightly sooner. But who knows? I might be able to salvage some. Maybe I should do that tonight after stream. Because I'm finishing at like 7:30. And then I'll have like half an hour between then and when the wee man gets home. So I'll probably have a quick dinner. And then chill. Obviously then the baby will be home. And I'll probably just want to go to bed, to be honest. But I am looking forward to doing that chat. My OBS disconnected for a second there, so I just want to make sure we are still live, which I think we are. Yeah, I think everything's fine on the other end. I don't know why OBS decided to disconnect for a second, but it did. But I think we're okay. After stream, that's what I need to do after stream. I need to just do the thumbnail for today's video and put that out. Luckily my thumbnails don't take me very long. But there'll be a thumbnail being made ready for my second channel, which those who don't know, I also have a lore channel, which is linked in the description down below. It's Tolkien, Warhammer, Witcher, Resident Evil, Game of Thrones, just general nerdy lore, really. So if anybody has any like aching theories that they really want me to do a deep dive into, then let me know. I'm happy to do so. Recently I've just gotten back into Game of Thrones lore, specifically from the inspiration from Knights of the Seven Kingdoms. The story of Duncan and Egg. Good old Aegon the Fifth Targaryen. Yeah, it's looking good so far. Got my cats messing around behind me trying to do random stuff, causing mischief as per usual. Although it isn't the usual suspects. Usually it's the ginger ones. Instead this time it's the ragdoll that's causing chaos. Strange. It's a rare change. There we are. That'll probably need a second coat on it, just to make sure it's fully opaque. But I will let that dry for now, and I'll do a second coat on the hourglass, and then I'll go on to something else. I think it's going to be like a good maybe 3 or 4, because this is a layer paint, like it's not as thick as a basic paint, so I knew going in it was going to be a process to get this to look the way I wanted it to, and that means patience and lots of layers, but that's okay. Unfortunately I don't have a base paint that's this colour, so I have to make do with what I've got. I'm going to switch to a slightly bigger brush just so I can paint this a bit quicker. Just make sure it's clean of all of my warp dot bronze though before I start digging into my green. Pretty hourglass. Hello Summit, how are you? This is a Nighthaunt hourglass. It's actually a really nice little piece though. How have you been, Summit? Have you been okay? I've almost completed my second stint of 2 weeks of solo parenting. It's been rough. I'm good, how are you? I'm okay. Just tired. So I'm sat here drinking an energy drink, enjoying my peaceful house before I get baby Nurgling back, although myself and Mr. Nard are pretty convinced he's no longer baby Nurgling, he's baby Corn, because he just likes to ensue chaos. How long is it now to go to Japan? Oops. "10 days. I said I knew it couldn't be long. I knew it couldn't be long. Have you got everything packed and ready to go then? Or are you like a last minute packer? Gonna have to send us lots of pictures, Summit. That's the deal. Not that we're the ones responsible for you going on holiday, but since we can't go, you have to live vicariously through you, so you have to send me pictures, please." Ooh, I'm a last minute one for sure. Oh, you cause me stress, Summit. I'm like 2 weeks before, get like an itinerary done, like of everything I need, like get it all packed. And then I know for a fact I'm not gonna wear it before I go away. Put it all in a suitcase, and then like maybe 24 hours, 48 hours before I go away, unpack everything, go through my list, check it's all there, and then put it back in. And then the day of I'm about to go, add stuff like my electrics and things. That's me. I'm very organized when it comes to packing for a trip. I was saying at the end of this month, myself, Mr. Nerd, and baby Nerdling are going down to the coast. We're going back to where I'm from for a trip, for a visit. So we're going to be gone for 3 days. And you can guarantee I'm going to be start packing for that probably next week. I mean, I kind of feel like I need to now with a little one. I've got to get a general aesthetic to get the rest of my wisdom teeth out. Ooh, got a pre-op for on Sunday. Anxious. Oh goodness, you will be fine. I promise. You will be completely fine. It's just not a nice feeling. Bless you. You will be okay though. Are they all coming out then? Obviously, hopefully they'll all be out before you go away, and then enough time for everything to heal, ready for your trip. So it's that thing of deal with the scary stuff now, and then you have the really exciting thing to look forward to in 10 days. Week and a half, not long at all. Very exciting. My cat is causing mayhem next to me. I'm gonna go in with that Temple Guard blue now. And just start working on the Lamely boys. It's like Sunday seems like such a weird day for general aesthetic, but then of course it's hospital stuff, like they don't have days off. Got one out under IV sedation, but apparently I was getting agitated after I removed it, apparently, so they recommended me getting fully knocked out. I mean, fair. Equally, you'll go down for the big sleep, and then you'll wake up and you'll feel like you've had like a 2-minute kip, and then you'll wake up and everything will be done, so. At least there's that. You'll just get like a good nap. I really don't do well under like general anesthesia. The last time I had general anesthesia, I had laparoscopic surgery, and then I woke up afterwards and just felt like I couldn't breathe for like a good hour. I could. It was just my brain going, you can't breathe. And I was like, yes, you can. You're talking. Of course you can breathe. It was just I was very loopy from the anesthesia. So I was going, I can't breathe. I was like, you're talking. You can breathe. I was like, can't breathe. It's pretty pathetic. You will be fine, Summit. I'm sure. I'm sending you all of the good vibes. Yeah, I just get really silly on general anesthesia and morphine. I get really funny on morphine. Oh, like hyperventilating kind of? Yeah. Like, I'd get... 1 minute I'd be, like, breathing, sobbing. The next I was crying and then going, I can't breathe. It's like, you can breathe because you're talking. But I'd get myself so worked up because I was constantly going between stages of, like, crying and laughing, crying, laughing, crying, laughing, that I started hyperventilating and then basically convinced my brain I couldn't breathe when I could. So it just does loopy things to my head. I think it was the combination though of the general anesthesia and the morphine that was really doing that for me, because when I came out of general anesthesia they were like, oh, you shouldn't be in any pain, and I was like, I am in pain. And they're like, oh, have some morphine then, and they gave me morphine and then suddenly I was very loopy. So that's great. Oral morph I can do well on, but other types of morphine, no good. They make my brain do funny things. Amusing for everybody else, not so fun for me. That's the one thing I do remember from labour though. Like, I don't remember the pain, but like they were giving me oral morph, obviously which was oral morphine, to like help take the edge off of the pain, and it wasn't touching it. Like, that's how intense contractions are. That literal opioids, morphine was not touching it. They gave me the maximum IV sedation they could too, so they were surprised I came round as quick as I did, and that I was able to walk out right away. So maybe I'm Giga Chad resistant. Absolutely, I think so. I think that's really the problem, Summit. You're just too tough for the IV sedation. Your body just says, nah, we can do better than this. Too Giga Chad. Needs to just knock you out with a sledgehammer next, Summit. Just really, come on, bring it, give it to me. Knock you out fully. If the medication's not working, then you have to come with other methods. Then again, that might actually just take the teeth out. But yeah, F wisdom teeth. I completely agree with you, mate. I completely agree. F having to have surgery in general. Surgery is never fun. Under any conditions. But at least they're coming out before your trip, so you don't have to be in pain before you go on your trip. Or when you go on your trip, I should say. Or the pain is over before you go. Says that, I guess. Small silver linings? Question mark? Had to go and get a piece fixed for Mr. Nerd's computer today, Summit. One of the batteries, I can't remember what type of battery it's called for the life of me, but there's a battery inside his PC that was broken. Oh, it's only a pre-op, so just doing all the checks to make sure it's possible to have it. Yeah, okay, that's not too bad. Hopefully they'll get it done before you go away. But if not, obviously, then hopefully it's not too long after you get back. Does it hurt a lot when you eat, or is it just... Hopefully my high BMI doesn't prevent it. Hopefully not. I don't think it should, in theory, as long as it's not... like risking a broken battery. Yeah, so he's like a little battery inside his computer. can't remember what the battery's called for the life of me, something, but it's basically every time he'd start his computer up, everything would reset. So he'd get logged out of everything. His time would be reset. His calendar would be reset. Everything was just broken. And he was wondering why, like, he couldn't stream, couldn't really do anything. And it was obviously causing him a lot of chaos. And he's been like ordering parts and trying to replace it since he's been away. And I went into a store today, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's as simple as changing this cable to this cable." And I was like, "Oh, that's nice and quick then, and not very expensive." But hopefully that means during this stay where Mr. Nerd is off, he can stream. Hopefully. So there might be some breaks in my streams, but in exchange there will be gaming streams, which will be fun. Can have some challenge runs on stuff like Diablo, Path of Exile, and then some Spooky Sunday games, hopefully. I miss doing the Spooky Sunday stuff, actually. I really like this blue. It's cool blue. Just having a little drinky break. I was saying something, I actually managed to go out today for a little like me time, a date to myself with no baby and no Mr. Nerd. It was silent. It was weird. I don't know what silence is anymore. I haven't had that for a while. Well, in nearly 3 months. I haven't had that for 3 months. Going back in with this green now, doing another coat whilst that dries. Apologies if you can hear any screaming. My next door neighbours are losing their minds. I can visually tell they're like some children, because I woke up this morning, went out into my garden, and there was a football there. The joys of parenthood, indeed. Like, when he's in a great mood, it's genuinely the biggest joy in the world. I adore him. Obviously, I love him every day. But it's like such a joy to raise him on the days when he's like being so good. Because he's so smiley. He's at the point now where he's like starting to smile and trying to laugh. But then one minute he'll be doing that, and then the next he'll just suddenly decide, "Oh, I'm going to scream at the top of my lungs now for no apparent reason." And he's just developed tears, so it makes it even worse. So all of a sudden I'm like, "Why are we screaming and crying? What do we do?" And he just looks at me like, "I don't know, but feels right to scream. Feels right to do it." And I'm like, I wish I could do that. I wish life was that simple for humans. Adults, we can just kind of go, "I'm just going to scream and cry for no reason." I mean, technically we can. It's just not really, it's frowned upon. Unlike with a baby where it's kind of expected. But it just gets extra sad because suddenly there's just these tears streaming down his face. I'm like, "What did I do?" And he just looks at me like, Just feel like screaming at you today, Mum. I mean, a good cry can sometimes make you feel better. Hey, Gray. Also, hi. Hi. How you doing? A good cry generally does make you feel better sometimes. Very true. I've done it many times over the last 3 months. Had a good scream, a good cry. I've been on my own since 12 o'clock today. Since midday, I've had the house to myself. Well, house to myself. I immediately went out and tried to fix the thing for Mr. Nerd's computer. And I didn't get home from that till like nearly 3. So I was out for a large chunk of that, just trying to get a part for a computer sorted. But it was made a lot easier without a child attached to me. So that's good. And according to his grandma, he has been very, very good today. So that's good to know that he's been good all round. Everything's been good all round. I went ahead and did the last of the Mother's Day stuff this morning for both of the grandmothers. Ready for Sunday. So I've been very organised, really. How has your week been, Gray? Has it been okay? Oh, you get to be celebrated now. Yeah. Listen, Mr. Nerd is not home until Tuesday, so I'll be celebrating it with just me and baby. But Mr. Nerd has bought me some presents to open, so I'll get to open those on Sunday. So that's fun. There's like a little bag in the living room that I've been staring at for like the last nearly week. And it's just been looking at me. And I don't know, I've just been staring at it going, what are you? What is in you? And then I've got a card and another gift from from other family members as well. That is waiting to be opened. I'm hoping the weather's nice, because I do plan on going for like a walk or something. Just get out of the house for a bit would be nice. Because the weather has been okay the last few days, and then we've just had random rainfall that as soon as it starts just doesn't stop. So you're kind of left with a very small window to get out of the house and get whatever you want to do done. I've been stressed out about my box work stuff, but it's the weekend now, so I'm done with that. Absolutely, you're done with that. Allows you to kind of just de-stress a little bit, have some you time. Hello, cat. My 13-year-old girl has just decided she wants to sit next to me. This is the one who will just sit next to me and keep me company rather than try and knock my computer over and spill my drinks and water everywhere, luckily. Stressed out my box, bless you. Sorry, had to stop and give the kitty some attention. You know the rule: when the cat decides to make the presence known, you have to pay the cuddle tax. As you do with any animal. I've had the airbrush out, so I've been putting paint on things and playing with masking tape. Oh, very fun. I still need to find my compressor. I say find it. It's in my cupboard. I just need to find the compressor and make sure it fits on the airbrush that Krytor graciously sent me. And if it doesn't, then I need to just order one, which I know is not that expensive. But it's among the things that I need to do. So I might try that this weekend. I've officially cleared the stakes for the Warhammer challenge, that the Warhammer store set, Grey. So we can't use contrast paints, but I can mix my colours. And since I've got red, blue and yellow, I'm winning there. I could do pretty much everything. But they just have to see evidence of the three primary colours of the three colours on themselves. So that's fine. So I can obviously just make sure there's enough blue, red and yellow there. I can use whatever technical paint I want. So oh yeah, that's Yahtzee right there, absolutely. I'm thinking I'll do like a, I might use some air drying clay. I'm just gonna talk to you guys through it because there's no real, it's not really like a secret thing, it's a challenging thing. I'm gonna do some air drying clay, I think, on a base. And then I'm going to, hello cat, another cat has just arrived. Use the red and yellow and then mix the red and the yellow to make an orange and do a lava base and then use some modern earth to create like a cracked lava effect, I think, for the base. Because if I'm going to go all out, I need to make the base look cool too. And I can use black, white and lead belcher. So I could do some white in there for some hotspots. Yeah, I think that's a good plan. I think a lava base for my little Chaos Space Marines, my Chaos Possessed, is a good idea. But I can use whatever shade I want, whatever technical paint I want. I just can't use contrast paints, but I can mix. And I can use black, white and lead belcher in addition to those 3 colours. Liquitex Gloss Medium is good for lava. Ooh. I have not tried that. I may have to have a look at that. I've done resin before, which was fun, really fun. For my Armies on Parade board last year, I painted like a rough base of lava colours and like bled them together. And then after that, I added like a layer of UV resin, mixed in some red paint, and then cured it. Did the same thing at the next I did orange, then yellow, then white, and blended it all together that way. And that looked really, really good as well. Obviously created that wet effect because I used UV resin, which I can buy, which is really inexpensive. To be honest, I need to go into like our local model store in town because they have different paint brands and different mediums and stuff that I want to try. So I may have to pick something else up. Because I do want to do like a little experiment between stuff. I don't know if you guys have seen Stender's newest video where he just does like comparing different like snow effects, which is a really, really cool video. If you haven't already watched it, I'd recommend you go check it out. I want to do something similar, but for verdigris products. So I can compare pieces for verdigris to see what creates the best effect. It is a very good video. So we might get a rare peek from a Mr. Nerd at some point. He's on days this week, so you may pop in briefly before going to nappy naps. Well, to sleep in general for him. But I don't know, he might just go straight to sleep. We'll find out when he eventually gets off work. I'm not going to ask what your project is, obviously, because it's a secret project, but how is your secret project going, Gray? Is it going well? The general premise of it. Trying to work this week in particular has been quite hard with the wee one. He's been going through a growth spurt, so he's been particularly whiny when it comes to doing certain things. So whenever it's time for me to record any audio in typical fashion, it seems to be the only time he's awake. and then he screams for like a good few hours, which isn't so fun. Yeah, about half of it's done. It's on pause for today because I have earlier gaming due to daylight savings. Yep, in the USA, so tomorrow is going to be a busy day. I don't blame you, because I haven't done a video of the in a week or so now. Yeah, I missed a video last week, which was supposed to be the mini of the month. Because obviously that went out on Saturday. I was going to get that ready for Sunday, but I wasn't happy with the face on the mini. So I was like, right, I'd rather not put out a video that is bad, because otherwise it's just me not happy with what I'm putting out, and that's the last thing I want to do. Work kind of sucked all of the fun / motivation to do anything to do what I needed for that. I also don't blame you for that either, Gray. I had a bunch of stuff I was going to do today. I ended up working on videos, so a lot of my free time that I've had without the Wii one has been spent fixing computer parts and video stuff. Haven't really had much time to do anything specifically just for me yet, but that's the reason why I'm finishing at 7:30, because it gives me half an hour before the Wii one comes home to maybe like sit in the bath or something, or just eat dinner whilst it's still hot rather than cold for a change. I don't know. Little things. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. The one thing I did do for myself was took myself to that cafe. That was the one thing I did for myself today. Had to learn how to dashboard with a Power BI. Ooh, that's fun. In 2 days. Eek. Not so much. It's 10 days now till Summit goes away to Japan, Gray. It's not long now and he'll be on his hollybobs. He was saying he's a last minute packer. Is it possible to be a last minute packer now with children? With child? Because myself, Mr. Nerd, and we are going away for a long weekend at the end of the month. Oh my, yeah. Oh my, indeed. We're going away for a long weekend at the end of the month. We're going down to the seaside. And obviously I have to pack for that. Always wanted to visit Japan, to be honest. Yeah, me too. It's on our list. We'll probably do it when one's a bit older. But I think the plan for us going to Japan, we want to make like a full long trip of it. We'll do like Japan. We're also going to obviously do New Zealand and Australia, but more specifically New Zealand. So one day, hopefully in the next couple of years, we'll be in Bucks, neck of the woods. Especially since he lives so close to the studios, so we'll definitely in his neck of the woods. So I'm going to go back in and top up my bronze now. Give that a second coat. Yeah, we're only going away for like 2 nights, 3 days. Friday to Sunday. But obviously with a Wii one to pack for, I have a feeling the weekend or the few days before are going to be really busy for making sure all the laundry's done. Think you could paint and film a Khaled assassin a day? I think so. Make it a challenge. I've still got some stuff to do for tomorrow's video. So even though I've been working on it because I was out the house for a fair bit today in the end. And this morning, Wee One was particularly difficult before he went to his nana's. Also I have 4 hefty boxes of plants to unpack slash plant tomorrow. Ooh, fun, fun, fun. But the weather is supposed to be worse than today, and we had hail. Oh dear. So, thunder and lightning? Gale force winds? And hail? All of the above? I did get quite lucky with the weather today. We had a forecast of like snowy, like basically sleet today. Of snow and rain. And when I went out, it was cold. It was really cold. But I didn't get wet. And then as soon as I got home, it started to rain. So I managed to dodge it, luckily. I mean, I'd be fine with thunder and lightning because it's cool. But yeah, I don't know. Thunder and lightning is very cool. Plants may live in the polytunnel for a bit. I think that's a good idea. Unless you want to ruin them and, you know, waste a lot of money. My cats are deciding to fight each other right next to me. That's not very fun. Boys, do you mind? But yeah, I'm trying to like do little things each day where it's like, at the moment, even though obviously I'm on maternity leave, I'm not working in that regard. I'm more or less spending every day obviously with little man. It's heathers. They are pretty hardy, but not sure if a storm is the best time for them to settle. Heathers are very hardy, but I'd recommend like rain you can plant them in 100%, but a storm, I'd recommend leaving it for a bit. Because the soil's just going to get so wet, I don't think their roots are going to be able to take place. Because they'll probably shift a bit around a bit. And then you might end up with some dead plants. But during rain, you'd probably be okay. But stormy weather, there's going to be lots and lots of it. Progress is progress, even if it's baby steps. Exactly. I think that's kind of the big thing. Each day, I want to do something for myself. Because at the moment, everything I do is just for, obviously, Wee Man or the channel. I don't really do anything else. If it's not for this channel, it's for my other channel. Like I said, after this stream, I have half an hour. During that half an hour, I have to do a thumbnail for my Friday video and put that out. Because today I was so focused on the fact that I had to get stuff done for tomorrow's video that I forgot I hadn't done the thumbnail for today's. So I have to do that ready for today's video, which is a Witcher video for my lore channel, so that's fun. I've been diving back in. I was getting a bit bored of doing just even though I love Lord of the Rings, as we know, and I love Warhammer, as we know, I was getting a bit bored. Apparently OBS is disconnecting again and reconnecting, hopefully. But hello, cat. That's twice today now. OBS has done that. Do you use Adobe stuff? I use OBS. I don't use Adobe. What are you doing, cat? Please get down. I use Canva. No. You can see a very grey fluffy foot there from the ragdoll who's trying to sit where I'm trying to stream. You can't sit there today, baby. Ahoy all! Mr. Nerd has arrived. Hello, Mr. Nerd. How are you? I said you'd pop in. No, for video editing or thumbnails. I use Shortcut for visual editing. And I use Canva and Critter. I use a combination of the two for thumbnail stuff. Because there's certain things on Canva that Critter doesn't have, and there's certain things on Critter that Canva doesn't have. So I tend to do a combination of the two. It's definitely going. Mr. Nerd is very tired. He's just finished a 12-hour shift. So he's tired. So I can't imagine he'll be in for very long. He's probably going to be very sleepy, very eepy. We're okay. Summit has got pre-op for more teeth stuff, Mr. Nerd. And Gray has been stressed out of his box, but it's the weekend, so everything's better. I currently have the cats watching over me though. It's kind of creepy. I have Tidus and Tidus and Riku just staring at me, Mr. Nerd. I use Adobe Express for my thumbnails and it's really quick to do. I may have to have a look at that then, Grey. To be honest, my thumbnails don't take me very long. My thumbnails only take me about 5-10 minutes, max, depending on what effect I want to add. But for the most part, thumbnails are the quickest part of my videos. I have a cat tower next to the table where I paint. And I have Riku sat on top of it staring at me, and Tidus is actually sat on the table next to my laptop staring at me. I don't know what's going on. He's never normally this in my face when I do any kind of painting. So this is new. Wow, says the cat. I had to put catnip down to get the cats off the table, Mr. Nerd, and I think I've triggered them all to go a little bit mental. My own fault, obviously. But it was either that or have Tidus and Sid trying to sit on the pieces I'm painting. So, pick and choose your battles, I guess. Going silent for a moment, putting some details into the Discord for the meet and greet. Awesome. Did we ever find out what colour Roth got for the Nerd Shop Challenge? So, Mr. Nerd, we kind of did this together. So the same colours that I was just mentioning are the 3 colours we'll be using. But I'm tempted for us both to do it because I have 5 possessed. And it depends on if he has time to paint it, really. And just seeing what we get and see if we can do some very different ideas. So I think that's a possibility. He rolled the dice and we kind of picked them together. But we've got to the 18th of April, so that could be interesting. Oh, I keep accidentally kicking the camera today. I'm just waiting for stuff to dry for a minute before I do another layer. Slash also deciding what I want to do. Oh my bad, I thought he got 3 paints and you got 3. No, not this time. Normally we would have done 2 each or 1 each. But in this case it was like, ooh, what are we going to have time for? So we just thought 1 model, 3 paints is a good idea. But now that we know the stipulations for it fully, it could be a good idea. Like I said, I've got 5 possessed. So 5 possessed, 3 paints, and 2 very different outcomes that could come from that. So it could be a good challenge video. This both ties in with the channel and also for the Warhammer store. It's a win-win, really. But to be honest, with the possessed, they already have blues and reds in them. So I think I'm in for a winner here, picking Chaos. I'm deciding whether or not I need to do an extra layer of this green or whether or not it's okay. I think the green's okay. So, question is which blue will show up? Because obviously it's a flat surface, so it's not going to be super, super great to use a contrast. Or whether or not I just go in with a shade and use Tyrant Blue. So I think that would look quite cool. I think I'll do that. What is it you're trying to do? Just because of the fact this is quite a flat looking hourglass, I just want to kind of add a little bit of dimension to it without adding loads and loads of highlights yet. So I'm thinking just something that will, I just want to do like a light wash over it. Contrast paints, obviously we're going to create more of an effect, so I think shade might be the winner. It just creates more of an effect, really. I just don't know what I want to do 100%. Huh. Like over the skulls, I can definitely do something more interesting, so there's a lot more there for the paint to cling to. But it's just over the hourglass, because it needs something. Because otherwise it looks really flat. Although I am going to cover the whole thing in hard coat. To make it shiny. To make it look like glass. So that's going to be fun. But I just want to add something before I go in with the hard coat. And the highlights. So Tyron Blue might be a good one. Or... grab it. I do go in with the contrast paint. I go in with Warp Lightning. Just for a greeny effect. Because it will sit on it. It's just a case of where it will sit. It'll rest. I'm also trying to find a brush as well whilst we're at this. Have you got any plans for Mother's Day, Gray? Also, when I'm home, we will do our challenge video on the Straws Painting Challenge. Three predefined colours on a chaos model. I found out something else, Mr. Nerd. We are allowed to mix. We just can't use contrast paints. So we've got a plethora of ways we could work this. So very fun. Again, there's three predetermined colours are Ural Yellow, Methystone Red, and Macragge Blue. These three. So we've got literally the whole world on our hands with those three. We picked the good one. I think I'm going with Warp Lightning. Because there's a lot of blue in this. Outside the usual, I'm not sure. So Mrs. will get brekkie in bed and lay in, and we might get a takeout or something. That sounds good to me. That's what I'll be spending my evening doing. My plan is that you go for a walk with the wee one, so long as the weather's nice. Which it might not be, it might be. I don't know. I'm going to just water this colour down a bit because it's very dark green. I know it's going over a blue base, but I don't want to be super... Uh-oh, someone needs a dad voice. Uh-oh, Lucy. Little girl. Triggered dad voice. It's a problem. Right, I'm going in with Warp Lightning, but I've watered it down quite massively. And I'm just going to paint this over the hourglass. I was on a live stream this morning, and I was talking about like what the scariest things are, and someone mentioned like a stern mum, and I just thought that's quite a good one actually. Like the ooh, that green looks good on the hourglass. I think so. I'm just making sure it's not going to be too blotchy. So I'm just doing some cleanup as I go around. But it's just, you know, I don't want it to be flat or too flat. So I've gone in with a colour we hadn't used it, which is Gust Blaster Green. And I've gone in with Warp Lightning over the top, which I also haven't used before. So this is new to me. All new paints for me. But just to give it a little something. So it's not as boring. But I have watered this down, so this isn't like as powerful as it normally is. So I can tell now I live like next to children, because suddenly I woke up this morning, there was a football in the garden. I was like, ah, that's new. Evening, hello Signed, how are you? I'm tired, just woke up from a nap. That's a good nappy nap then. No work today, Signed? Or did you finish early? And decided to get some rest. Yeah, I think that was a good call, because I didn't need much in regard to the hourglass. I just wanted to have something before I go and we just arg coat over the top. Good. Ow, sat my foot weird then. If anybody is watching who is not joining with the chat, that's absolutely fine. If you like what you are seeing so far, please remember to subscribe to the channel. We do appreciate it. We'd love to have you here. If you want to see more of our stuff and more of the community stuff, then please join the Discord. That is you'll find that linked in the description down below. And please like the video, as it helps the algorithm gods. I finished early because I had an appointment and then decided it was nap time. Absolutely, completely understandable. I completely get that. After an appointment, especially, you do need a good nap sometimes after appointment. Need good nap time. I think I'm going to go in with Tyrant Blue over the blue for a shade. I haven't used this one before. I think it could be quite nice. I've opened quite a lot of like brand new paints today, so I'm cracking open a lot of paints. This is quite fun. Right, let's see how that looks. Ooh. I think that's a good idea. Nice, that shade paint looks very nice over the skeletons. That's looking pretty spooky. Thank you. Went in with Warp Lightning in the end, grey, and I think it looked alright. Like, I didn't need anything super dramatic, I just needed something. So I went in with some Warp Lightning over the Hourglass. Like I said, from Wednesday, we'll be back to finishing off 30k Lion. And then when he's done, it will be moving on to your commission piece signed. Because we haven't, obviously we've got the base to finish off for 30k Lion. But as far as he goes, we just have a little bit more highlighting, and then 30k Lion is finished. Woohoo! Indeed. So in addition to glitter signed, I'm going to quickly grab something. You just have to respond with a yes or a no to this, because you and I are the only ones who fully know what it is we've got going on, like the full specs for your piece. I'm going to grab something. You can just respond with yes or no. Because we know your piece is going to have glitter. Are we wanting glitter and also this? Do we think this would be a good idea? Mr. Nerd, you're slacking. Hey, San, I forgot to change my chat settings. If you'd like some of that sound, I can absolutely do some of that too. Yes, and how yes, absolutely. No worries then. I just think it will fit with the idea that you sent me. So, yeah. I already had it. Same. Hi, signed. Oh my goodness, boys. You're slacking today. We all know Signed has her own VIP chat. We have to invite ourselves into it. Hey, Mr. Nerd. Hey, Grey. There we go. But yeah, when, obviously I already owned that foliage, and when you sent me your idea, I was like, ooh, I think it's time for me to get that back out, because the last time I used it was for my Sylvaneth, which is the very first big project I ever did. And I just think with what you had in mind, it's a perfect addition. In addition to glitter, of course. And that will be probably like a week or so's time. We'll start that signed. So I'll pick up some glitter and stuff over the next week or so and send you some reference photos so you can pick which ones you like the look of. Oh, it's fine. I'm used to it. Don't know how to undo it though. It's like Corvus Corax now, lurking in the shadows. Yes, you are like Corvus Corax. You're just there. But are you there? Are you really there? That is the mystery. Where is Signed? Where is she really? But yes. So this week is this 30k lion and glitter shopping. So that'd be exciting. But for that, I don't think I'll be going to a model shop. I think I'll be going somewhere else. I just don't know where to go for it yet. I have some chunky glitter, which I'm going to add. But I need some fine glitter. I may have to buy a sheet or something for the table as well to try and contain as much of it as possible. And just have the Hoover on standby next to the table. Glitter's still going to haunt my house for the rest of my days. But I can prevent how much glitter haunts my house for the rest of my days. Kind of. Sort of. Not really. That's the theory, though. Right. What the F? It comes in grades of glitter? It can, and it does. Because you can get like really chunky glitter and like really big pieces like this or like this, and then you have really fine stuff like sand sometimes. You can grade glitter. And depending on what you're using it for, so you can get like nail grade glitter, you can get craft grade glitter. So yeah, grades of glitter. It needs to be taken very seriously. Yes, glitter comes in all shapes and sizes. Shapes, sizes, colours. But it doesn't matter. Regardless of what it is, it will still haunt your house for the rest of your days. I think I just threw up in my mouth. Don't let Lucy find out, Gray. Otherwise you will really be sick. You'll be in big trouble then. And holiday theme glitter exists too. Yes, it does. You can get different shaped glitter. Very exciting. I just set my collection of glitter and sparkles just to give an idea. Oh goodness. I think we're gonna give Gray a heart attack here. A glow-in-the-dark glitter bases, you say? Now I'm interested. Very interested. Art coat. I think you should count your individual glitter grains of glitter and let me know how bad your collection is. See, that's the deal. Well, not sorry, individual grains. Sign needs to count how many different types of glitter she's got. You need to count how many paints you got, Gray. Literally. Exactly. We want a full itinerary from both of you. Okay? Yeah, my mum adds it to the team. My mum added it to the team order I gave her as a surprise. Woo! See, like, I grew up in the household where you either loved it or you hated it. And if you hated it, you got it anyway. To the point that if you had a birthday card or a Christmas card or something, you'd open it and you'd get glitter bombed. Yeah. So if you don't like glitter, you did not like growing up in my household. Glitter bombing was a real thing. I shall do just that with evidence. I fear for my clothes. I think I might end up covered in glitter. It's like me at Christmas time. Working where I work, at Christmas time, you know when it's transitioned into Christmas, because all of a sudden I'll go in wearing like an all black outfit and I'll come back wearing an all black glittery outfit, because it just comes off the clothes. So, but what do you mean, Mr. Nerd? Do you not want to be a sparkly princess? Are you breaking my heart and telling me you don't want to be a sparkly princess? Did you hear that sign? He doesn't want to be a sparkly princess. Just going in with some Ard coat now, guys, which is the clear. Oh, you will be covered in it. Yes, he will. He won't even be touching it and he will somehow still be covered in it. He will be a sparkly princess whether he wants it or not, signed. You're not a girl, Dad Roth. Count yourself lucky. There's still baby number 2. Great. Oh, that hurts my feelings. I think so. After that, I need to get like puffy stickers. Sparkle, sparkle! I need to get like puffy stickers and stick those all over him as well. Don't worry, Signed. I'll make him a pretty sparkly princess by the time I'm done. I have a Polaroid camera, so in addition to your piece, your little character, you'll also get a photo of Mr. Nag covered in glitter. You won't like it, but that's what he's going to get. So I'm only going to be going for another 15 minutes, guys, because then I need to log everything off and get things squared away ready for the wee one to return. But this is where we are so far. Like I said, I've just done a clear coat of Ard coat on the hourglass. For the chest that I was on last time, I stopped doing this because I need to go in with the plastic putty and I need to fill in all of these gaps in the skulls before I finish painting them. But they will all be painted the same green, but I'm tempted to use some either some Tesseract glow or maybe some... Where is the other one? There was a second blue here. This one. It's either Briar Contrast Chill or Pile Glacier over the top of that green, because I think that would look quite cool. And that'll be what's finishing off that. For this, it's just going to be about adding the final touches now, like the highlights, which to be honest, highlights on this are going to be quite fun. Because for this, I can just go in with some blue horror. And some Thousand Suns, I think. I'll do a combination of those two. But yes. I think I might start doing a few of the highlights now, actually, just for the last few minutes. Because now I feel like some of these parts are dry enough that I can. I'm going with Thousand Suns first. Because this is a base paint, I'm just watering it down a fair bit before I go in and use it as a layer. Sorry about the backward bad up. That's just me. I'm Roth on the Discord. No worries. You can be bed upping with us if you click the link below. Gray, I appreciate the plug. Thank you so much. Yep, if you guys want to join the Discord and find out what in the world Gray and Mr. Ned are talking about, then click that link down below in the description. I joined the Discord. I joined the Discord indeed. We have fun over there. Join the Discord, subscribe to the channel, and like the video and like the stream so we can please the algorithm gods. You guys know what to do. Our YouTube feeds are syncing up. Clearly, we are hanging out together too much. Clearly. And the moment it's actually once a week though, Gray, so it's how is it too much? Wait till next week when everything's, you know, back to normal again. Dad jokes ahoy. The dad jokes unite. I had a happy but sad thing happen. The other day, I took my baby boy home and I put him in clothes and they were 3 to 6 months. He's 11 weeks old today, guys. He's 11 weeks old and he's in 3 to 6 months. What in the world is that? What the frick? For the record, I approved the dad jokes. He earned it. He did. He did. He's just been practicing for years before the wee one came along. He a big baby. He is a big baby. He's a baby Primarch. And it shows. Because he's just long. He's all limbs. Like, I took him into work the other week just to, like, pop in, say hi to people. I'm like, oh, how old is he now? And people were guessing. Someone says, like, oh, like 13, 14 weeks? And I was like, no, he's 9 weeks old. And they're like, oh. I was like, yeah, he's just a big baby. Lucy was tiny for ages. She caught up now and is constant eating. Aww. We have the issue. We have the opposite. We have a chunk. We have a little chunk. A little chunky boy. But when it came to his first initial weigh-in, he only lost 50 grams. When they could lose up to like 8% of their body weight, he lost 50 grams. He a chunky boy. Like, I can feed him a 6-ounce bottle and he'll just be like, I'm still hungry. He's like, okay. I'll get you more food. Please don't scream at me. Like, I went out with a mum friend for the first time the other day, and she's a 9-month-old. And he's nearly as big as her. Chug, 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 indeed. I'm going to eat some soup. Enjoy! Like I said, I will be ending this real soon, guys, just because I want to get a few things squared away before Wee One comes home. Because he'll be leaving soon to come back to me. I think I'm gonna leave it there. So if I try me on something else, I won't finish it before I have to go. So we're gonna leave it there. So we have basically done our base coat on our hourglass today. We still want to finish our highlights, which we've still got quite a few to do, and then do the base around the hourglass. But this is kind of going to be like a project that I do most likely the next time I touch this will probably be when Mr. Nerd goes away again. Unless I run out of stuff to do, which, let's be honest, I never run out of stuff to do. But it's going to be from next Wednesday, 30k Lion. We're going to be finishing off him and then finishing off his bases. It's going to give that about a week to do, maybe a week and a half, depending on how long things take. Nice progress, well made. Progress was made. Thank you. I agree. Then, once that is done, looking spooky good. Thank you. Then, once that is done, we'll move on to Sign's commission piece, which again is going to be a chain rasp. So, just grab the box. Since we are on the Nighthaunt theme, these are the chain rasps. This is what we're going to be doing for Signed for her commission piece. One of these boys. Or maybe even a couple. I might even do you a couple, Signed. Because these aren't the biggest of things, so I might do you a couple of pieces. But they're going to be very fun. They're going to be done in a style that Signed and I have discussed, including those lovely flowers that you guys caught a glimpse of earlier. But that's the only sneak peek you guys are getting of that. Until then, the idea exists in my brain and Signed's brain. And hopefully I can make it come to life and do it justice. Fingers crossed. Lol, I sent you a pic of one of mine earlier. I'd forgotten this was Signed's choice. Yes, it's absolutely fine. Signed's choice indeed. But yeah, anyway guys, we will leave it there for today. Thank you everybody who joined. Thank you Summit, thank you Grey, thank you Signed, of course. Oh, that would be nice, thank you. Absolutely no problem at all, Signed. These guys aren't very big and we're going to be sending most of them to you anyway. So we'll obviously leave a bunch for you to paint because obviously that's the reason why we're sending them to you. But I might do you a couple, just so you've got a couple in a unique style. So yeah, we'll do those for you, Signed. But again, thank you everybody for joining. So of course, Mr. Nerd, Signed, Summit and Grey. Thank you everybody else who joined. Everybody who's watched, hasn't joined in the chat's absolutely fine. But thank you for joining us anyway. Have a wonderful evening. And again, we will see you from next Wednesday. We'll be streaming pretty consistently after that, so long as everything goes to plan. And yeah, I will see you guys then. Night, thank you for the stream. Thank you everybody. And that is it from us. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening or day, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you next time. Bye for now, guys.